Jay was the kind of guy who enjoyed quiet moments in life. He liked sitting by the window, listening to the sound of rain as he read his favorite novels. On the other hand, Maya was a whirlwind of energy. She loved to explore, seek adventure, and fill her days with laughter. They couldn't have been more different. Yet, as fate would have it, their worlds were about to collide in the most unexpected way. It all started on an unusually rainy Saturday afternoon. Jay, as always, found solace in his favorite corner of the local bookstore. His peace was suddenly interrupted by a burst of laughter that cut through the hushed ambience of the store. Turning his head, he saw her, Maya, her umbrella dripping, her clothes slightly damp from the downpour, but her smile as bright as the summer sun. She seemed to radiate energy, and as she glanced around the store, their eyes met. For a brief moment, time seemed to stop. She waved awkwardly, realizing that her entrance had disturbed the otherwise quiet store. Embarrassed, she walked over to the same section where Jay stood. As she browsed the shelves, she spoke. "Isn't it funny how the rain always makes you want to curl up with a good book?" she asked, her voice light but sincere. Jay smiled, slightly taken aback by her straightforwardness. "Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of calming." They exchanged small pleasantries before Maya spotted a book on the shelf that piqued her interest. As she reached for it, so did Jay. Their fingers brushed lightly, and both instinctively pulled their hands back, laughing at the small coincidence. "You take it," Jay said, gesturing to the book. No, you saw it first," Maya insisted. After a bit of back and forth, Maya finally accepted, but not without a condition. "Tell you what, I'll take this one, but only if you let me treat you to coffee sometime. Their coffee date was just the beginning. As days turned into weeks, Jay and Maya spent more and more time together. They discovered that, despite their differences, they complemented each other perfectly. Maya would drag Jay to art galleries, late-night movies, and impromptu road trips. Jay, in turn, introduced her to the tranquility of quiet evenings, teaching her how to appreciate the beauty of slowing down. They grew close, and the more they learned about each other, the more their bond deepened. Jay admired Maya's infectious enthusiasm, how she could turn even the most mundane of days into an adventure. Maya, on the other hand, loved Jay's calm demeanor, the way he seemed to see the world through a different, more thoughtful lens. One evening, after a long day of exploring the city, they sat on a bench overlooking the river. "Do you ever think about the future?" Maya asked, her voice soft. Jay paused, considering her question. "Sometimes, but I think about the present more, moments like this." "You?" Maya smiled, leaning her head against his shoulder. "I think about it all the time, and lately, I've been wondering if my future includes you." Jay's heart skipped a beat. He had been thinking the same thing, but was too afraid to admit it. For a long moment, they sat in silence, the only sound being the gentle flow of the river and the hum of the city around them. Finally, Jay spoke. "I've been wondering that too. I'm not the type to rush into things, but being with you feels right." Maya lifted her head to look at him. "You don't have to say anything you're not ready for." But Jay was ready, more than he realized. He reached for her hand, intertwining his fingers with hers. "I'm ready, Maya. I don't know where this journey will take us, but I know I want to be with you." Maya's eyes softened, and she smiled, a genuine, heartfelt smile. Then, let's take this journey together. As time passed, their relationship grew stronger. One winter night, as they walked through the park, snowflakes falling softly around them, Jay stopped and pulled Maya close. "I've been thinking," he began, his voice steady, but filled with emotion. "I never believed in soulmates or fate before, but meeting you changed that. You've changed me." Maya looked up at him, her breath visible in the cold air, but her eyes warm and full of love. "Jay." He reached into his coat pocket, pulling out a small velvet box. "I know this may seem sudden, but I've never been more certain about anything in my life." He knelt down on one knee, the snow crunching beneath him. "Maya, will you marry me?" For the first time since they met, Maya was speechless. Tears welled in her eyes as she looked at the man she had grown to love more than she ever thought possible. Without hesitation, she nodded. "Yes," she whispered, her voice breaking with emotion. "Yes, 1,000 times yes." Jay slipped the ring onto her finger, and they embraced, the world around them forgotten. It was just the two of them, standing in the snow, ready to face the future together. The years passed, and Jay and Maya's love only deepened. They built a life together,